With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, I now declare that all the Honorable Judges have assembled. With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, may I request your Lordship to commence your Lordship's speech.
My esteemed brother Justice Praveen Kumar and revered Madam Srimati Susmita Reddy, esteemed sister and brother judges, Justice P. Lakshmana Reddy, Lokayukt AP, Justice Raja Elangu, former judge and presently member Tamil Nadu, Sri Sudhakar Reddy, Learned Additional Advocate General, Sri Harinath, Deputy Advocate General, Sri Nagi Reddy, Public Prosecutor, other law officers, Learned Senior Advocates and members of the bar, officers of the registry, members of the judicial fraternity, respected family members of Justice Praveen Kumar and other honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, we have gathered here to bid a heartfelt adieu to Brother Justice C. Praveen Kumar since he is demitting office today as Judge of the High Court of AP. He was born on 26th of February 1961 to late Sri Padmanabha Reddy and late Srimati Indira. After completing his school education from Little Flower High School, Hyderabad and Little Flower Junior College and BSc from Nizam College, Hyderabad, he obtained law degree from University College of Law, Osmania University, Hyderabad. He was enrolled as an advocate on the rolls of Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh on 28/2/1986 and joined the office of his late father, Sri C. Padmanabha Reddy, who was a senior advocate and considered to be a doyen of criminal law and a poor man's advocate. After a short time, Brother Justice Praveen had set up his independent practice and predominantly practiced on criminal side apart from constitutional matters. He was elevated as additional judge on 29th June 2012 and as permanent judge on 4th of December 2013. After formation of High Court of Andhra Pradesh at Amravati on 1/1/2019, he took over the reins of the High Court as acting Chief Justice and performed the duties as such till 6th of October 2019. Post bifurcation, the High Court was facing teething troubles with insufficient staff and lack of infrastructural facilities. Akin to the captain of cricket team, which he is as a good cricketer, and with his experience being the captain of newborn High Court, he shouldered the onerous responsibility and despite troubles galore, he ensured that dispensation of justice and administration of the institution was unhindered. He was member of various committees and his contribution as senior member of Administrative Committee number 1 and other committees is remarkable. He would always come equipped for the Administrative Committee meetings. After my taking over as Chief Justice of the High Court, I received fullest cooperation of Brother Justice Praveen. He was just a call away in times of need in decision making on important issues. He is affable, courteous, hardworking and sans pomp. He is relief oriented and liked by the bar. The invaluable services rendered by Brother Justice Praveen as the chairman of the committee constituted for establishment of AP Judicial Academy at Mangalgiri are commendable. Being the administrative judge of Krishna Judicial District, he had overseen the construction of multi-storied court complex at Vijayawada with commitment. Under his aegis, as Executive Chairman, AP Legal Services Authority, several Lok Adalats have been organized with amicable settlement of disputes and various other legal services programs have been conducted as well. Brother Justice Praveen is an ideal of judicial excellence, treating everyone with respect and consideration. His opinions are models of clarity, no matter how complex the issues and how confusing the facts. He never forgot that judgments must be understood by the parties and the public, and that the judgments must provide guidance to the judges of district judiciary. His careful craftsmanship is evident in all his decisions, large or small. The range of his talent is demonstrated by his ability to deal complex matters on criminal side with elegance and clarity. He has been the unsung hero in enabling this court to get established despite daunting difficulties in the initial phases. His personality is filled of compassion and empathy. He always thinks of a solution which is legally permissible and favorable to the employees and litigants. Brother Justice Praveen, we are fortunate that you served as a judge of this court during the last 4 years from the date of establishment, and it may not be an exaggeration to say that you bear a large share of the credit for the success of the establishment. Many judges display judicial virtues of independence, impartiality, clarity of thought, and expression and legal ability. Few express them all, and to such a high degree as Brother Justice Praveen. He is unfailingly polite to those who appear before him. He is open in accordance with law. Brother Justice Praveen, on a personal note, I cannot thank you enough for the help, advice and guidance you have given me since my arrival in this High Court. You are always available, prepared to discuss the views, and I think I can say that my job would have been much more difficult without your support. The judgments penned by Brother Justice Praveen shows his deep concern over the rights of the individuals and the sense of doing substantial justice. While deciding cases, he never adopted a pedantic approach and always tried to do complete justice. During his tenure, Brother Praveen disposed of around 26,000 cases. This institution is losing a good judge, as Justice Praveen is hanging up his robes today. I am sure that even after retirement, he would always be eager to lend his helping hand whenever this institution requires his services. We look forward to continuing to benefit from his contribution to the law and to this court in the future. I will conclude my address with a poem dedicated to Brother Justice Praveen, which goes like this. Brother Justice Praveen, you have paid your dues, done your time, put in long hours too, and now you are ready to retire. That doesn't mean your life will end. Indeed, it's just about to begin. Great moments lie in wait for you, where life is free of schedules and time clocks. When the travel bug bites, you are free to take flights, and since you are the boss of what you do, retirement plans are all up to you. I wish Justice Praveen and his family members all the very best on my own behalf and on my behalf of my brother and sister judges. Thank you.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, may I now request the Land Advocate General, High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to deliver his speech on behalf of legal fraternity.
My Lords, the Honorable the Chief Justice, my Lord Sri Justice Praveen Kumar, my Lord the Honorable Judges, family members of my Lord Justice Praveen Kumar, family members of my Lords the Honorable Judges, Honorable Sri Justice Raja Elango, senior advocates, President Bar Association, Chairman Bar Council, Deputy Solicitor General, Public Prosecutor, Learned Additional Advocate General, registrars and staff of the court. It is indeed a mixed feeling when I rise to say a few words bidding farewell to my Lord's Honorable Sri Justice Praveen Kumar. A tinge of sadness at having to visualize that we would not get to see the innocent charm of the senior most judge of this court in the court premises from tomorrow onwards. Happy though I am that as a judge, having performed at the most difficult and critical juncture of the evolution of this institution after bifurcation of the Common High Court, His Lordship would be demitting office, looking forward to a lot of fresh air, companionship, and pleasant surroundings around himself, not being curtailed or restrained by the weight of office he held. As an individual, if you happen to be a family member of a legendary father figure of the profession, Mr. C. Padmanabh Reddy, or an illustrious jurist like Justice Chinnappa Reddy, it is difficult to measure up to the legacy of such big names. Mr. C. Padmanabh Reddy, the grand old man of the profession, lived a life of frugality, courtesy, and pleasantness, and was a stickler to the handed down traditions of the profession, most notably and gloriously the Mehdipatnam Friday evening collegiality with colleagues. Being handled the mantle of such a great predecessor is both an opportunity and a challenge. While Sri Padmanabh Reddy lived the life of a torchbearer of a quintessential qualities of a citizen lawyer, my interaction with Justice Praveen Kumar began very early in my career, and I was fortunate, and I continue to be a fortunate recipient of a lot of affection from the Mehdipatnam band of lawyers that Mr. Padmanabh Reddy and Bal Reddy were known to be. When I joined the bar, and we had a lot of free time, we pour over the list, and the criminal law court roster would have about 3 pages of matters, and 90% of the matters would have the name of C. Praveen Kumar. So I asked an office colleague of mine, a senior one at the bar, to introduce me to this Mr. C. Praveen Kumar, and I was introduced to Mr. C. Praveen Kumar, who struck me as a very simple, humble, and rooted individual. Considering the many advantages that all of us have, biologically or otherwise, and we are not coy to take advantages of it considering the competitiveness of this profession, here is a man that stood unassuming, wanting to be his own man, wanting to be comfortable in his own robes. This trait of restraint, of self-denial, of self-abnegation perhaps runs through the family. Mr. Padmanabh Reddy's ways with the remunerative aspect of the profession are legendary. The restraint of the man is historical and historic. We see that carried on forward by Mr. C. Sharan Reddy, who, not only having been the rightful holder of the genealogical succession, also is a budding and a lawyer in his own right. And he displayed a very rare, remarkable trait of carrying a lot of restraint while accepting briefs in this bar. A true tribute to the values that the family of Mr. Padmanabh Reddy imbibed in the succeeding generations. A thing or two needs to be stated about how Mr. Praveen Kumar would conduct himself in the office of Mr. Padmanabh Reddy. 10 or 12 years into the bar, I had to go to the senior's office to brief him on a matter. And by then I have been briefed that you are not to listen to Mr. Praveen Kumar because he wouldn't have a good thing to say about your brief. So I went in, briefed the learned senior and came out. And true as everybody else said, he said, "Me case for point le, dam le, order radu." Then, as with any case, the learned senior got us the interim orders. In 90% of the matters, Mr. Praveen Kumar said there won't be any orders. His father proved him wrong. And his demeanor in his office is quite striking. You enter into this office, and this is a very modest office in a very old city like surroundings of Hyderabad. You enter into the office, and towards the left corner, almost touching the wall, is a wooden table, and seated behind him is a very orderly looking, no scion-like, no heir apparent kind of looks in the face of this man. He would be poring over the files in front of him, and in case a lawyer is seated for longer than he has to meet the senior, he would summon the staff around to ensure that we get the audience with the learned senior. There were no airs about. Now, a little insight to his personality as to how the man takes a few knocks, and these are not easy knocks that he had taken. He faced a few unpleasant moments in the period of time leading to his elevation. In those excruciating years, he did not lose his poise, and he would have been justified if he had been left with a feeling that he is perhaps being wronged. But he did not let such events affect his disposition at the bar. Likewise, towards the fag end of the tenure, it is possible that a certain stretch of journey to secure a completeness or a fulfilling finale to the career has not happened. But not for a moment did anyone at the bar come across Justice Praveen Kumar as being a little bitter or a little preoccupied with certain things which are not to be. And at the end of the day, after 11 years in a very punishing and sometimes hard environment, he still has a boyish smile. And except for his marital status today, we do not know how many ships he would have sought sail, was what Helen of Troy was remembered for, and how many hearts would have gone aflutter with his coy boyish smile is anybody's guess. Mrs. Reddy being here, I don't want to go further into the matter. I don't recall even one instance of any unpleasant word uttered by him at any point in time during his career. Perhaps it is about this kind of judges, the bar says, the judiciary with a broad shoulder. His loud, open-mouthed laughter in court and outside was a true mirror of an uncomplicated and a simple person that his lordship was. Soon after bifurcation, as a new institution in the year 2019, just to showcase his abilities as an institution builder, which the learned Chief Justice had elaborated upon, this institution had to be built the ground up. He shouldered the responsibility of being the Chief Justice at that critical juncture. He had a number of meetings with me and the bar to ensure that the bar and bench made optimal utilization of the limited resources available then. His pleasant and uncomplicated approach to the problems, in coordination with the other honorable judges of the court, helped resolve many of the teething issues at that time. It is fresh in my memory, the scenes of Justice Praveen Kumar and Justice Manamendranath Roy, the Registrar General then, walking through the corridors every evening to find out as to which place can be fixed and how, in order to ensure that the bar and bench had a pleasant stay for the 6 or 7 hours that he would stay here. He is truly an institution builder, and his lordship is leaving the institution better off in every sense of the expression. As a judge, the versatility his lordship showed in subjects ranging from arbitration, commercial courts, disputes, criminal law, which is of course his home run, the tax matters, clearly indicated the personality of uncomplicated resolution of matters before the court. Not for his lordship the conflict of having to be an originalist or a pragmatist in interpretation, or having to be a petitioner lawyer or a respondent lawyer in a matter. What he delivered was justice, which was clear in his mind, and his truly interpretative exercise in the matter of consumption of alcohol, about which I'll speak later, and whether it is a food or a food item for the purposes of taxing enactments, or the interpretation on how the Article 227 jurisdiction cannot be curtailed by the Commercial Courts Act, and more importantly, as to whether conferring the powers of being a Chief Metropolitan Magistrate in a metropolitan jurisdiction to Chief Judicial Magistrate of non-metropolitan area under the SRPC Act, a clear, uncomplicated, no frills attached, textbook, copybook judge of the original kind. Not for his lordship the grammar of judicial policy making. Not for his lordship the frills of finding out the subtext of the cause of action. What was the cause before the court engaged the attention of the court, and what was judged was the cause, pure and simple. Petitioners were not judged. The respondents were not judged, nor were the counsel. And I can go on for some more time. He is a quintessential judge who understood the role of adjudication to perfection. He would bring to his penmanship the authority of having belonged to the true and righteous DNA of a family of lawyers wedded to the cause of justice, unhindered by any other possible countervailing influence on that judge making. 25,871 disposals, 500 reported judgments. His lordship exemplifies the judicial conduct the bar and the society expect of a judge of the court. The packed court hall today, with a few more chairs added to accommodate the sitting arrangements of the bar,
is a clear, true reflection in the old style of how much my Lord's Justice Praveen Kumar meant to the bar and the other stakeholders. His Lordship is to leave our midst. Age had to catch up, even with the otherwise coy and otherwise fresh-looking judge. He will, however, be a contented retired judge with varied interests, including cricket, to pursue. I'm sure he has much more left to offer to the institution and the subject of law, and I'm sure he would have the time to respond to any needs in that regard. I thank Justice Elango for his Lordship's presence amidst us. The kind of mobbing the lawyers did to his Lordship when he arrived into the court hall is yet another continuing saga of bar's abiding respect to judges who leave a mark in our hearts and minds with their judicial work. And Justice Praveen Kumar will be equally mobbed. Don't test us. Whenever he wishes to come over again to be in our midst in whatever formal or less formal occasion.
Now that your lordships will no longer be lonely, I, on behalf of the fraternity,
Wish this wonderful human being, a graceful lawyer, a dignified judge, a happy, retired life of happiness, bliss and good health, quality time with his family and friends to catch up, and also, at last, a few remunerative adjudicatory positions which your lordships perhaps need after the kind of life the entire family had led, with example of being frugal saints that CPR's family has always come to be known. May God bless your lordships and your family.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, may I request the Land President of the Bar Association, High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to deliver his speech on behalf of legal fraternity. My Lord, Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Justice C. Praveen Kumar, and the family members of the Honorable Justice Praveen Kumar, the Honorable Judges, the Land Advocate General, Land Additional Advocate General, the Chairman, Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh, Land Public Prosecutor, Land Deputy Solicitor General, officers of the state, and Senior Advocate, and colleagues at the bar. We have gathered here today to bid farewell to the Honorable Justice Sri Praveen Kumar, who is demoting the office as a judge of this Temple of Justice. It is indeed a momentous occasion for all of us, as we have taken a moment to reflect on the contributions and his legacy. Honorable Justice Sri Praveen Kumar was born on February 26, 1961 in Hyderabad. He received his education from the most prestigious institutions in Hyderabad, including Little Flower High School, Little Flower Junior College, Nizam College, and University College of Law, Usmania University. His late father, Sri Padmanabh Reddy, was one of the most respected and accomplished advocates in the country, known as the postman's advocate for his unwavering commitment to justice and to the downtrodden. Justice Praveen Kumar enrolled as an advocate on the rolls of the Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh on February 28, 1986, and quickly rose to the prominence as a leading practitioner specializing in criminal law and constitutional matters. His expertise and acumen in these areas have been widely acknowledged by his peers. On June 29, 2012, Honorable Justice Sri Praveen Kumar was elevated as an additional judge of the Andhra Pradesh High Court and was appointed as a permanent judge on December 4, 2013. During his tenure, he has dispensed justice with fairness, impartiality, and a deep sense of commitment in upholding the rule of law. His contributions to the legal profession and the judiciary in Andhra Pradesh are immense, and his legacy will endure for years to come. He was the acting Chief Justice of the newly formed High Court of Andhra Pradesh at Amaravati in 2019. My Lord delivered a number of judgments in various branches of law. In one of the judgments, that is N. Apparao versus State of Andhra Pradesh, while my Lord was dealing with the petition seeking quash, His Lordship held that a public servant cannot be prosecuted under SC/ST Act in the absence of the averments of in the FIR showing willful negligence of duties, and the same is an abuse of process of law. In another judgment, that is Yamarti Narasimha Rao versus the District Legal Services Authority, a writ petition was filed aggrieved by the award in the Lok Adalat. My Lord, while presiding a division bench, issued several directions to address the issue of impersonation and forgery of signatures, leading to multiplicity of litigation and defeating the purpose of the very act itself. Those directions aim to ensure that the Lok Adalat process is not misused and the purpose of the act is not defeated. Today marks the retirement of my Lord, who will be remembered for his unwavering commitment to justice, his sincere and ethical approach to the law, and his kindness, particularly junior members of the bar. Throughout his distinguished career, my Lord has been a shining example of professionalism and integrity, earning the respect and admiration. His contributions to the legal field will continue to inspire future generations of lawyers and judges. On behalf of the Andhra Pradesh High Court Advocates Association, I extend our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to the Honorable Justice Sri Praveen Kumar for his dedicated service to the judiciary and the legal profession. We will miss his presence and guidance in the court, but we are confident that his contributions will continue to inspire and guide in the years ahead. I also wish him a happy and fulfilling retirement. With the permission of my Lord the Honorable the Chief Justice, my request the Land Chairman, Bar Council for the State of Andhra Pradesh to deliver his speech on behalf of legal fraternity.
The Honorable Chief Justice, Praveen Kumar Misraji, the Honorable Judges, Justice Praveen Kumar, and family members of the Praveen Kumar ji, and the family members of the learned judges, Raja Alangweji, Land Advocate General, President of the Association, Deputy Solicitor General, Public Prosecutor, Additional Advocate General, and the Senior Counsel, and Advocate friends, ladies and gentlemen. The Justice Praveen Kumar, my office, I joined the office of Y. Suryanarayana, a neighborhood of Justice, Senior Advocate Padmanabh Reddy Garu. And one day, when I am crossing the, just we have to pass before the house of Justice Praveen Kumar, Padmanabh Reddy Garu called inside and first time introduced Praveen Kumar. After completion of the land, he was in the with the Justice Channappa Reddy Garu. First time I come across and I learn and know about Praveen Kumar. The day I have seen him and today there is no change in his attitude. And the Justice Praveen Kumar, after 26 years of practice as advocate and after more than a decade as a judge, the same person we have seen without any adding in his or without any change in his attitude, which is very difficult. Of course, there may be occasions where he will be have to express anguish, but he never, any unpleasant situation, any kind of situation, he never exhibited. Everything that is unpleasant probably swallowed by himself without affecting or exhibiting to anybody. I am looking for opportunity after retiring because he was allowed to work as the High Court judge for a more than decade, depriving his presence in the legal profession. I am eager to sign on the file of Justice Praveen Kumar for resumption as advocate, which will be
coming back to the fold of the profession. Justice Praveen Kumar Garu, not only having advantage of born and brought up in a house belong to Padmavati Garu, who is almost equal to University of Humanity, and having advantage of interaction with the rationalist Justice Chinnappa Garu, having born and brought up in Hyderabad city, having education from KG to the law, yet in Hyderabad, so is always a cosmopolitan attitude. And maybe all these factors made his job easy, which are required to discharge as a judge of this High Court. Looking forward for his again coming back to the fold of the legal profession, I wish on behalf of the bar, wish a happy retired life. Thank you.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, may I request the Land Deputy Solicitor General, High Court of Andhra Pradesh, to deliver his speech on behalf of legal fraternity.
My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, My Lord Justice Praveen Kumar, Honorable Judges of this Court, family members of the learned judges of this Court, Advocate General, Chairman Bar Council, President of the Bar Association, Justice Elongo, Senior Advocates, Standing Counsel for State and Central Governments, Registrars of this Court, staff of this Court, ladies and gentlemen. My Lord, this is not a great day for the bar. The bar is full of emotional phase today because one of their favorite judges is demitting office today. When my Lord Justice Praveen Kumar joined this judiciary, I think he has had one of the most lucrative practice in the United States of AP and Telangana. Almost a monopoly insofar as criminal side practice is concerned. Having opted to judiciary, my Lord has sacrificed a great, and with his passion, he has joined the judiciary and he has carried the torch further and he has made mark in the court as a judge. My Lord Justice Praveen Kumar on the bench has been very accommodative. I have never seen him lose his patience, and very encouraging to the junior counsel and all counsels who appear before him. From tomorrow onwards, we will be missing one of our favorite judges, and most of them who are younger to Justice Praveen Kumar fondly call him Anna. We will be missing him from tomorrow on the bench. I pray God to give all health to him and bright future to my Lord Justice Praveen Kumar. Thank you so much.
With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, may I now request Honorable Sri Justice Praveen Kumar to give his Lordship's reply.
Prashant Kumar Mishra ji, Madam Srimati Sucheta Mishra ji, my esteemed colleagues on the bench, spouses of the Honorable Judges, Justice Raja Alango, thank you sir for coming all the way from Chennai, Learned Advocate General Subramaniam, seeing him first time with a prepared speech, Additional Advocate General Sri P. Sudhakar Reddy, Deputy Solicitor General Harinath, Public Prosecutor Nagireddy, Additional Public Prosecutor Dushant, Chairman Bar Council Ganta Ramarao, Members Bar Council, Designated Senior Advocates of High Court of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, Janikaram Reddy, President High Court Bar Association, Office Bearers of the Association, Registrars of the High Court, Government Leaders, Special Government Leaders, additional and assistant government pleaders, standing counsel, advocate friends from High Court of Andhra Pradesh and High Court of Telangana, and also advocate friends who have come from neighboring districts, staff of the High Court Registry, Member Secretary, AP State Legal Service Authority, Director, AP Judicial Academy, my wife Sushmita, sons Sharon and Prateet, family members and friends who have come all the way from Hyderabad, ladies and gentlemen. I am here today not to bid farewell to my colleagues, friends and the places I have been associated with, but just to relinquish my constitutional adjudicating authority. The former is lasting and shall always remain a part of my soul, while the later is mundane and temporary. My soul is anchored here. Rivers may flow, but the anchor will stay. Esteemed members of the bar, I stand before you today, humbled and exalted, and deeply touched by the kind words that you have expressed today. I assure you, no distance of place can lessen the friendship of those who are thoroughly persuaded of each other's worth. With all my humility, I express my gratitude to all of you for the precious time shared in the combined High Court and here. No High Court in this country has this history and culture of our High Court. The High Court of Andhra Pradesh has the best of 3 states and 3 High Courts. We were in the jurisdiction of Madras High Court, then, thereafter, we had a court for ourselves. Then the unification of Andhra and Telangana, and after unification, the bifurcation. And here we are with the rich culture, tradition, and heritage from all the 3 states and 3 High Courts. I am thankful to my brother and retired judges of the High Court who have constantly reminded me of my duties right from inception of my tenure as a judge of High Court. During my tenure as a judge, I have been able to improve myself and learn the nitty-gritty of administration. As said by Greek philosopher Socrates, 4 things belong to a judge: to listen courteously, to answer wisely, to consider soberly, and to decide impartially. Your guidance has been my Socrates in all my career. I thank you all for making me what I am today. I began my career without much certainty. As the French philosopher Voltaire said, uncertainty is an uncomfortable position, but certainty is an absurd one. Therefore, nothing wrong in it. I planned to join in medical course initially and later to become a civil servant. Unsuccessful in those attempts made me to enter the legal profession. Many have been my mentors and source of knowledge in this long journey, irrespective of their rank and file. My esteemed seniors in the judiciary have been guides in my life, while my colleagues are like textbooks. I'm immensely grateful to everyone for having been my inspiration and strength in my long journey, particularly my late uncle, Justice Ochinappa Reddy, and my father, Padmanabha Reddy, who have shown me a direction to my life when I was looming in uncertainty. After my enrollment as a lawyer in the year 1986, my uncle asked me to join him in Delhi as a law clerk. He was then a judge of the Supreme Court. The 1-year stint with him was an incredible period of learning. His razor-sharp mind, wit and humor, profound knowledge of law on all branches helped me learn about the law and the courts. I had the privilege of taking down in longhand the judgment delivered by him in National Anthem's case. The patience and fortitude of my father, his erudition and meticulous preparation of a case helped me during my days as a lawyer and also as a judge. My elevation as a judge of Andhra Pradesh High Court was first proposed by a collegium headed by Sri Justice Anil Dave, who later became a judge of the Supreme Court. On its return, my name was again proposed by a collegium headed by Justice Nisar Ahmed Kakru, and thereafter again by Honorable Chief Justice Sri Madan B. Lokur. I am beyond grateful to the judges of the Collegium of the Composite High Court for recommending my name for elevation. I was sworn in as a judge of the Composite High Court in the month of June 2012 by Honorable Chief Justice Sri Pinaki Chandra Ghosh, with whom I sat for a couple of days. Thereafter, I sat for nearly 6 months with Justice Rohini. I also had the privilege of sitting in bench, but for a very short stint, with Justice N.V. Ramana, retired Chief Justice of India, Justice Ramesh Ranganathan, Justice R. Subhash Reddy, and also with Chief Justice Mosley in a full bench matter relating to Section 14 of SURFACE Act. I was accorded the privilege of writing the said judgment. 31st December 2018 is a historic day in the annals of AP Judiciary.
I, along with 12 of my brother and sister judges, left Hyderabad to Vijayawada, which also happened to be my first visit to Vijayawada. We left in a convoy with staff in 2 buses, little case bundles and stationery. It was fun all the way without realizing the turbulence ahead. After the bifurcation of the High Court, we have seen turbulent times, yet we have sailed through each hurdle with faith and hard work. It was a Herculean task to set up an independent High Court, yet we proved nothing is unconquerable with faith and determination. We rose up almost like a proverbial phoenix. Ladies and gentlemen, I am reminded of the famous quote of Martin Luther King Jr. If you cannot fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. We have done precisely that. We crawled, walked, and ran with faith and hope in order to be where we are today. In the initial stages, even the staff who came along with us had a tough time, not only with regard to the working in the premises where the temporary High Court was functioning, but also in terms of accommodation, transport, and food. I can say without hesitation, the 2 registrars who were with me then, Sri Justice Manavenath Roy and Sri Rajashekar, who is no more, played a very crucial role in looking after the needs of everybody in best possible way. At times, the employees used to come requesting us to put in a word to the concern for the seats in schools and colleges, apart from requests to put in a word to the doctors in hospitals at Vijayawada for better treatment, either for themselves or to their family members. We were like a family then. As you all know, this High Court building was inaugurated by Honorable Chief Justice Sri Ranjan Gogoi, Chief Justice of India, on 3/2/2019. And thereafter, we moved into the premises on March 18th, 2019. It was a coincidence that March 18th happened to be the birthday of my father. It was Brother Justice K. Srinivas Reddy, the public prosecutor then, who reminded me of it on that very day morning. How different is the court today compared to what it was when we came over here on 31st December 2018. The bench strength, which was 12 then, got diminished in a very short time with the retirement of N. Balagagi and Sunil Chaudhary. But now we are with the strength of about 31 judges. Friends, I may look harsh or appear to be harsh in my words during the course of hearing of a case, but definitely it is not against anyone personally. The facts of the case might have made me to react in such a manner. If I have hurt anyone during the long years of advocacy and as a judge, I may be excused. I will be failing in my duty if I do not extend my special thanks to my secretaries who were with me in the Composite High Court. Mr. Gauss, who is now magistrate at Satanapalli, Kalavati, V.S. Raju, who is a magistrate at Bongir, and Ramesh Babu, a retired assistant registrar. I also thank my court attendants who were with me till I came over here. The cook who was with me then continues to be with me. The devotion and sincerity of my personal secretaries, namely Mohammad Gauss, Rafi, Chitti Joseph, who is now working as assistant registrar, Sheikh Meera and Satish, need all praise. I place on record a word of appreciation to the legal assistance rendered by law clerks, Srinivas and Divakar. I am thankful to my court officers, Srimati Savitramma and D. Venkatpati, but for whose assistance I could not have disposed of so many cases. A. Madhavi, A. Vijayalakshmi, I. Vijay Durga, B. Padma, B. Vijayalakshmi, K. Sundaranath, and M. Purnama, who come to my court regularly,
are also excellent in getting orders typed at the earliest and placing the same before me with no mistakes. The hard work and expertise of I. Bhaskar Lakshmi, N. Nagamma, M. Rudrarup Reddy, and of course Naveen Courtmaster, who used to attend while I was in sitting the first court, need no special mention. I thank them for the services rendered. I must acknowledge the services rendered by attendants attached to my court, Ilya Babu and Ratnavara Prasad, and also the cook at my residence, Srimati Sundari Banglaw, attender Babaji and drivers Baji and Mukesh, who made me and my family comfortable in every possible way. The protocol section of the High Court need a word of praise. A batch of 5, led by Anil, have been doing excellent job right from day one in providing all that is required for every judge. Special thanks should also go to the protocol wing of Telangana for attending honors whenever we go there, namely Sriman Narayana, Jayachandra Reddy, Srinivas, and of course Munuswamy, who is now taking care of judges of AP at Hyderabad. I also convey my gratitude to all the registrars of Andhra Pradesh High Court who have helped me in discharge of my duties effectively on administrative style. Special thanks will also go to the registrars of Composite High Court for the services rendered during the said period. The work of A. Venugopal, Assistant Registrar J Special Section, along with his team, also requires a word of praise for the services rendered in getting our bills cleared at the earliest. K. Srinivaslu DSP, B. Balraj and Vijay Kumar Inspectors and Fani Kumar Sub-Inspector have been very persuasive and meticulous in posting sentries at our residence and court. I thank all of them for the same. There are some needs common to both lawyers and judges. Intellectual stimulus is one. It is only after becoming judge that you realize that there is even less time than when you are a lawyer to dedicate to serious readings of both legal and non-legal literature. Having a forum to meet, discuss and exchange ideas is helpful to both judges and lawyers. Judicial academics provide the platform for judges to some extent. Alibi knew our Judicial Academy has taken off well, thanks to the combined efforts of each and every individual present here, more particularly to the Honorable Chief Justice, Board of Governors, and Advocate General. I earnestly believe that our Academy will flourish and come up in flying colors as one of the finest centers of excellence. My farewell speech will not be complete without thanking the judicial officers of all levels of the state. What an excellent work our officers have done in the last 5 Lok Adalats held on 12/3/2022, 26/6, 13/8, 12/11, and 11/2/2023. The figures increased from one Lok Adalat to another, and the disposal in the last Lok Adalat held on 11/2/2023 was about 2,75,000 cases, a record-breaking figure. I cannot express in words how honored it is to serve as an acting Chief Justice, President of the Judicial Academy, and Executive Chairman of Andhra Pradesh State Legal Service Authority. These roles have been a challenge and a great responsibility, but I have enjoyed every moment of it. Friends, it's my view that people are seldom remembered for long periods for the riches, as it is the virtue and knowledge that makes a person immortal. Be it Shushta, Shakuntala, Ambedkar, Martin Luther King, or Abdul Kalam, whose knowledge and modesty have been reverberating, keeping them alive all through. Maybe I am familiar among the legal fraternity and judicial fraternity as Justice Praveen Kumar, but I am more remembered as son of Sri Padmanabh Reddy, in which I do take pride and feel honored. If a father is remembered and revered even today, it is because of his episteme and righteousness. An important chapter of my life is coming to an end. In 10.5 years as a judge, I tried to perform my duties to the best of my ability, knowledge, and judgment, without fear or favor, affection, or ill will. In short, I tried to live up to the solemn oath which I took on 29th June 2012. Whether I failed or succeeded is for you, all of you, to judge. I bow my head with reverence. I submit myself to your judgment. Whatever success in life, whether as a lawyer or as a judge, should first go to my late parents, then to my wife Sushmita, and to my 2 sons Sharan and Prateek, but for whose cooperation, sacrifice and patience I will not have achieved what I have today. I thank you all for being here today and wish you all the very best in future, and hope and trust that we'll meet elsewhere again and again, क्योंकि जिंदगी इत्तेफाक है, कल भी इत्तेफाक थी, आज भी इत्तेफाक है, आने वाला कल भी इत्तेफाक होगा.
तुमको ना भूल पाएंगे, चाहेंगे तुमको उम्र भर। थैंक यू। With the permission of my Lord, the Honorable the Chief Justice, I declare that proceedings are concluded.